Today we will take a look at the best Android phones for this year. If you want to find more information, check out links down below. 5. Google Pixel 6 Pro. The biggest thing about the Pixel 6 Pro at first glance is the fresh, new design. Gone is the Spartan, function over form Pixel language that we've had since 2016. The Pixel 6 Pro is a beautiful device with a curved display, a glass back with 3 nice color options. I'm of two minds about the camera bar. On the one hand, I like seeing Google try something new and unique in a sea of glass and metal slabs. The Pixel 6 Pro's display holds well against others for color saturation and color accuracy, but it falls behind on brightness. It features a dynamic 120 Hz refresh rate, meaning it can go all the way down to 10 Hz to save on battery, but ramp up to 120 Hz for content where it makes sense. Video has also seen a boost thanks to Tensor. You can record HDR live in 4K, offering vivid and punchy videos. 4K video is also available on the front-facing camera. Selfie recordings get sound improvements, too, with speech enhancement. Google says the Pixel 6 Pro will better filter out background noise to make your voice come through clearly. You can see that Tensor performed the Adobe Premiere Rush test, where a phone transcodes a 4K video to 1080p, faster than the Galaxy S21 Ultra. It's still slower than the iPhone 13 Pro Max, but it's certainly one of the best Android phones in this particular test. 4. Google Pixel 5a. The Pixel 5a uses a 6.34-inch 1080p OLED screen, which is a bit bigger than the 6.2-inch screen on the 4a 5G. That's not huge by any means, especially compared to the 6.5-inch and beyond panels that are common on budget Android phones. It also uses a standard 60 Hz refresh rate, so you don't get the smoother scrolling experience of faster 90 or 120 Hz rates. The jump in battery life compared to its predecessor is a bigger story for the Pixel 5a. It gets a 4,680 mAh cell compared to the 4a 5G's 3,885 mAh. That's much closer to the 5,000 mAh batteries that are common among the competition. Google calls it all-day performance, with up to 48 hours of stamina if you turn on extreme battery saver. I got better results in my real-world testing. A day of moderate use including around 3 hours of screen time typically drained it down to only 70%. Heavy users should comfortably get a day out of the battery, and if you're a lighter user who spends more time on Wi-Fi, you can expect to get 48 hours even without battery saver enabled. 3. Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. The Galaxy S21 Ultra is the very best of what Samsung can pack into a smartphone. It wowed us with a huge screen, 5 cameras and the best zoom on any readily available Android phone. While it's cheaper than last year's Ultra phone, it remains pricey for average consumers, and it doesn't come with a micro SD card slot nor does it include a charger. Photos look sharp, dynamic range is impressive, and Samsung's tripod lock software feature steadies the 30x and 100x zoom levels on subjects to prevent the viewfinder image from jumping around. It's much easier to pull off the 100x space zoom now, although punching in 100x is limited to being a neat party trick due to grainy images, while 30x is passable in the right light. Photography and speed are only 2/3 of the story here. This is a tailored design beauty and the performance beast, with a gently curved edge-to-edge display, smaller rear camera bump and mesmerizing matte phantom black color option that's like a black hole sucking in your gaze. Other colors are available. 2. OnePlus 9 Pro. The OnePlus 9 Pro offers phenomenal performance, a vastly superior camera to the brand's previous smartphones, and a variety of top-end features that make this a serious contender for anyone who's in the market for a premium Android handset. It won't be for everyone though, as the price is high for this smartphone. There's very little missing here, with the lack of micro SD support being one of the few features this smartphone doesn't offer when compared to other handsets. The OnePlus 9 Pro has a premium design, with a handsome 6.7-inch QHD display that delivers strong brightness levels and top-notch detail, while a super smooth 120 Hz refresh rate adds to the top-tier feel. The OnePlus 9 Pro isn't a big departure from the company's last few handsets, and if you've owned a phone from the company since the OnePlus 7 you won't be particularly surprised by the design here. The OnePlus 9 Pro has a glass rear, and you've got the choice of 3 colors: morning mist, the silver shade pictured throughout this review, forest green, and stellar black. You may be restricted to certain colors depending on where you are, so don't set your heart on one particular color until you've seen what's available. 1. Motorola Moto G Pure 4. For a big phone with a 6.5-inch screen, the Moto G Pure feels relatively compact, measuring 0.34 inch thick and weighing 0.41 pounds. As part of the cost cutting to hit the G Pure's low price, Motorola decided to use a weak processor and minimal RAM, and it shows. At the heart of the Moto phone is the MediaTek Helio G25 processor, which is comparable to the Qualcomm Snapdragon 439 but actually lags behind that 2018 Snapdragon chipset. Everything from opening a website, switching between apps, to opening the camera app to take a photo just takes an extra second on the Moto phone. The Moto G Pure has a design far better than expected for its price point. An elegant, wavy texture on the back makes it easy to ignore its plastic construction because it just feels pleasant in the hand. And the hard frame of the phone doesn't feel cheap either. It has a modern look to it right down to the vertical camera stack. Where the Moto G Pure really falters is in performance. It is simply hamstrung by one of the weakest performing chipsets we've seen recently. Our Geekbench 5 results see the MediaTek Helio G25 chip inside the Moto G Pure earn a dismal 496 points, which trails well behind a ton of other budget phones. And, while benchmarks don't always translate into real-world performance, they do in this case.